George Lucas didn't just sell Star Wars to Disney. He's also working with Disney. Who knows what this means for Star Wars 7? As it turns out, there were two different movies coming out last month that had first-time feature-length film directors that we all knew were going to be squashed by the film's respective executive producers, Strange Magic and Project Almanac. The former being the brainchild of George Lucas, being directed by Gary Rydstrom, and the latter being the late-to-theaters cash cow from Michael Bay, directed by Dean Israelite? Someone like that? Though honestly, if you research up on it, that movie was supposed to come out months ago with the title Welcome to Yesterday. That's not even a joke, look it up. Anyway, I thought I'd give Strange Magic the first shot with my review, since it at least had the decency of being released on time and was directed by the man who gave you this epic sound effect. The film is basically Frozen with fairies. It's about this small, under-the-shrubbery world where the fairies live in this pleasant, sunny field, and the goblins live in this creepy, dark forest where the king cockroach, called the Bog King or whatever, imprisons a queen fairy because of secrets that weren't all that interesting even before they were finally revealed, say nothing of after. One of the princesses gets captured because one of the fairies broke into the prison so the queen fairy could make a love potion, which is forbidden by the cockroach king. The older sister princess, who went through a very rushed breakup at the beginning of the film, goes off to rescue her sister, who is put under the love potion spell, which causes her to become infatuated with the first person she sees, which just so happens to be the cockroach king, and blah 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 tough girl, blah 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 rescue, blah 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 true love, and blah 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 George Lucas as a fairy king. Nah, seriously, he doesn't do the voice, but the character design is spot on George Lucas.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
So, how was the movie? Terrible, if you couldn't tell already by my presentation of it. Sure, the designs were adorable, and there was a promise of at least some clever visuals at the beginning of the movie, if nothing else, but the movie was pretty much doomed when it became obvious that every line of dialogue in the film was simply leading to the next installment of the film's sing-along album. Remember, this is coming from a guy who eagerly waited until this theatrically released film was released to Netflix streaming before watching it.
You understand the importance of your task?
Looks like if I want my crown back, I'll have to become Princess of the Fall Formal.
But forked over a whole $8 to see this other movie in theaters. Ugh. Oh, and when it comes to the music of Strange Magic, none of it's original. Every time the film tries to give a musical sound to the villain or a tough character in the movie, I'm reminded of the evil oil spill from Fern Gully and its musical montage, and somehow wished I was watching that film instead of this one. Not even the blatant honesty of the lyrics, "I'm evil," yes, those are the real lyrics from the real villain song in this movie, by the way, was enough to make me chuckle or laugh at the movie's self-aware nature. It just made me cringe. The thought had entered my mind twice that I could probably leave the theater even after the 20-minute mark and still make a solid case to the Ticketmaster for why I should get my money back and win. The only interesting thing to this painfully predictable movie was the off-the-wall visuals to its ending song cover that no one saw coming. Honestly, I had a feeling that much of the kids had thought that the movie had made them drop acid for the first time while their grandparents were in the other room blasting the trogs. In the end, this movie was painfully boring and forgettable. Even most children, I feel, would be uninterested in the film as it played on the big screen before them. Remember that it was around this time last year that children got the Lego Movie, so it's not like I'm judging this film on standards that are too high.
Hey guys, I think we're about to crash into the sun.
Yeah, but it's gonna look really cool.
Well, maybe I am. Either way, this is a terrible waste of time for all ages, and I just pray to God that this isn't foreshadowing to what Star Wars 7 is going to be like. Sure, reports suggest that it doesn't look that way, but still, this is a fact. I'm Stefan, and this here was a dud.